Hey, you're listening to Laugh Lines, a podcast by me, Jaime Perdomo, where I interview some of my favorite up-and-coming comedians here in the LA area. In this very first episode, I interview my good friend, Stephen Marcus Releford. He's a comedian that I met late December of 2024, and I've had the chance of seeing him on stage multiple times, performing with him when he was part of my engagement party comedy show, and he's just a delight on stage, pleasure to know, and I had to share this with you, so here it is. Stephen, thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
Come on, Jaime. Of course, anytime.
I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and it really means a lot to me, and I don't know, just seeing you on stage and meeting you, what was it, back in December or January, like, I just knew that, you know what it was? There was a moment when I knew I wanted to record this conversation, and it was when I was asking you about your experience being on stage, and you talked about being comfortable versus being funny.
Yeah.
And what that was like for you. And if you don't mind, I would love for you to walk through what you told me back then. Yeah,
from what I remember is that one of the things that I'm learning with this art form, and probably most art forms, it's like to say you are something is almost like the infinitive, like the antithesis of that thing. So to like, you're like you want to, like, to say you're a comedian or anything, if you're a painter, you want that to be the proof in the pudding or whatever your artwork is, right? Though it only feels like you can really prove that you are such when you're not chasing it. So what I was saying is, like, it's better to be comfortable on stage, and it took me years to realize this. It's better to be comfortable on stage than to chase the funny. Not saying not to be funny. Sure. Of course you're going to be funny. Though there's a difference between the comic who presents jokes like, I hope you guys like this, and the comics that present jokes like, you guys are going to like this.
There's that confidence, but then also, if I'm understanding you correctly, you're also saying that there's another level to your art form that you can access when you're comfortable in who you are.
Of course.
Or in being in that space.
Yeah, of course. That's the flow. That's the flow that I always try to look to get into myself. I always recommend, like, if there's any advice I give people, it's like, find that pocket, find your rhythm. It don't matter if you 1 month, 30 years, the goal is the same, is to find a good, healthy pocket to be in. When you find a good rhythm, it don't matter what you talk about. When you find a good rhythm, you're only relying on the funny when you're not in the pocket. I only want to be funny when I'm not in the pocket. Because now I'm like, I have to be funny, you know? But if I'm in the pocket, I could be anything.
Well, what is your advice to being in the pocket? How do you find your pocket? How do you find that space?
That's a good question. Whatever is your current path of least resistance, like, what allows you to not be so, whatever puts you in a space to not be so tense, whatever puts you in a space to be willing to take a risk, you know, that is good. Whatever puts you in a space to allow you to breathe life into your performance differently. Like, one of the things that I'm looking to do, I listen to like a lot of different people give insight on like performance or art, and I heard this guy give an insight about musicians and how musicians sometimes they get tired of performing like that hit song. You know, they're like, I've been performing the hit song for years. Yeah, I'm tired of performing it. And he said, well, are you tired of the performance, or are you tired of the song, or are you tired of how you're performing the song? Meaning, like, there's always a different way to breathe life into something if you pull back and allow yourself to take a risk on something. You know, you don't always have to perform the song in the same way or the same fashion.
I think bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I experienced that with when I was doing stand up too. Is I kind of got tired of my own jokes, and what I've seen you do, being on stage multiple times, is you will enjoy playing with them. You can't. It's almost like watching someone just like with Play-Doh, just being like, well, what if I stick this head over here? Mm-hmm. And so, what I understand is you're saying you're repeating like some of your jokes. You're not just repeating it. You're rewording it. You're reframing it. You're experimenting with it.
Yeah, I always look to maintain the essence of a joke that is funny to me. So there's a joke like I did last night, and I was so happy to do it. I haven't done it in a while, but I do a joke about if you really want to find a good partner, a good mate, you have to look at their baby pictures, because former ugly babies make great partners. If you used to be an ugly baby, you are more likely to be resourceful. More likely.
Ugly babies had to struggle to survive.
Yeah. Ugly babies got to learn how to walk.
Hard in the crib.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to pick that baby up. They had to walk there on their own.
Yeah, exactly. No one wanted to help that baby walk. Get away from me, snotty nose baby. So, that joke, and there's like different elements to that joke and different like tags that I have to it, but that's one that I haven't done in a while, but I maintain the essence of it. To me, I maintain like the 3 elements of that joke. So no matter what words I use or how I enter the joke or exit the joke, I just know if I enter these 3 elements that I think are funny, then the joke is going to work, So that's kind of how I play with my material, is to, all right, what is about this that I like? What audience is this for, and then how can I play with it? Meaning, I would like to know the joke inside and out. Like, I want to know how to do the 1-minute version, the 5-minute version, the 10-minute version. I want to know how to do every version of this joke, because at any given time, that's probably what I'll do, because it may fit. The 30-second version may fit right now, and then I'll do the 3-minute version tomorrow, or whatever the case may be. So I'm always looking to know like the ins and outs of a joke, how I can milk it. Another thing that I'm learning is like, you're not always looking for the laughs directly. Of course you want to be funny, laughs per minute, yada, yada, yada. But it's not always the laughs. Like, getting a reaction is also something good. Like, even if it's a ooh or a ah or a ew, that's not like,
because they're engaging in the content. They're engaged in the content with you. They're having a conversation.
There's
with
still
you.
Meat on the bones.
Yeah,
there's still something there that the audience is reacting to, that you can dig a little deeper and milk that area. So another thing I'm learning when it comes to being comfortable is not fully rushing through my material, not fully performing it. I really don't want to perform. I don't want to be performative. I don't want to be in a performative space.
Yeah.
I really want to be in a space of sharing and being like, these are some ideas.
I was just
Where do
about
we
to
feel?
ask,
how do we feel about this stuff?
Yeah, what word you would use besides performing? So is it conversing? Is it discussion? Is it dialogue? Is it any
I'll
of
just
that?
say sharing. It's a conversation. It's like show and tell. Like, there's laughter to be had. There's fun to be had. There's joy to be had. Though I don't feel like I'm up there. Like, I did the, and this is no shot to anybody who does this type of material, but when I did the garden party, the Deliciously Honest party, maybe 2 guys before me, he was like a impressionist, and he brought like props out and wigs and stuff like that, and it's funny, killing. The crowd is loving it, though. That's just not where my energy's at, So I just go up there like bare bones, like, hey, it's just me up here, and I'm just gonna talk about it. I ain't got no wig, I ain't got no mustache, I ain't doing no impressions. But the other day, I did the taping at the restaurant, and the other day someone sends me a message. Oh man, I love when you do those little voices, and I love when you do. I was like, what? I do voices.
Do voices? What are you talking about?
I maybe do when I describe something possibly, or like when I'm just saying like a. But they're like, yo, I love it when you. I was like, I didn't even know I did that stuff, but Yeah, I think everyone's approach is what makes comedy really fun to me. You know?
Mean, I think one of the things I connect with is how like sincere and intimate some of it feels for me, because it feels like you're inviting us in to a conversation. You're letting us know what is going on in your head.
Yeah.
And so I want to ask then what comedy. I know a little bit of what comedy means to you. Part of it is this conversation discussion, but can you elaborate in a broader sense what is comedy to you?
Yeah, I think comedy is that it's two-parted. It's one serves as like the Band-Aid to getting up. Like we all fall, we all have, rain that we experience, we all feel like we're going through various ebbs and flows at different times. And comedy, similar to music, comedy allows you to get up with least amount of resistance, like the least amount of being frustrated. Like if you can laugh at yourself, you're more likely to get up from a situation with less, anger. Angst. And not that anger is bad, anger is way better than despair, so I think comedy allows you to shift those energies of despair and shift those energies of, being angry and shift those energies of, being, just in a form of frustration, and allows you to gradually move into a space of like content or ease or elation or to joy, if depending on where you are on the scale. So I think comedy is very instrumental, as cheesy as it is, very instrumental to the mental, of like finding some form of like mental buoy. If you can mentally have like a safe spot to like float and like enjoy and laugh, even though circumstances may not always look like they're in your favor, if you can pull back and like have a little bit of humility about a situation or humor about a situation, I think that allows you to move forward in so many different ways.
I mean, I agree with that. I think that, comedy helps us survive. I feel like as part of the human race, this is one of the tools we have to help us survive, to not despair. Yeah. If there's something that you hope people take away from one of your shows or from one of your sets in your comedy, what would that be? Because, I'm not going to answer the question for you. I'll let you. Yeah.
Well, I would like to hear your answer after mine.
I was going to say, you talk about some of your personal experiences. You talk about race a little bit. You talk about being plant-based. Yeah. And the last show was a lot about being plant-based.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just one focus of some of your comedy, or if you did it specifically because that venue was vegan, or if there's, what is it that you hope to say with your comedy?
Yeah, I mean, like what you mentioned earlier, I think ultimately is like feeling the material that feels the best to me is the material that I'm aligned with in that moment. So there's a lot of stuff that I do, and ultimately I always want to have an undertone. Like my undertone is the same as far as prosperity is available to everybody, and even though you may hit rock bottom, there's a door down there. That's ultimately my I guess you could say my mission statement as a comic, right? Though the stuff that feels the best is like the stuff that I'm aligned with. So there's material that sometimes I may do it, and if I'm not feeling it, like spiritually, even though the audience laughs and enjoys it, I'm just like, I don't think I had a good set. Even though I really didn't speak in alignment of where I was at. I don't feel like I was in the flow as much as I could have been. It was funny, granted, but I don't feel like I was in the flow as much as I could have been. Meaning, I probably wanted to share something else, or I probably had something else on my heart or my mind that I think would have been even better, So,
is that how you would then identify whether a show is successful for you?
100%. I like. We can all do the, this person got mad, or this person heckled, or I didn't do this joke, or I didn't do that joke, or, yada, yada. They put me up last, or they put me up first, whatever. I don't care about none of that. Ultimately, I judge myself by 2 criterias. Was I, 1, comfortable, and was I 2, flexible? That's it.
Beautiful. I love it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Because if I'm both of those, I'm going to be in the flow. Now, if I'm not one of those, that's where I was holding some resistance, and I kept myself from being as I could have been, as fluid as I could have been. So that's usually how I judge myself. And of course, there's times where I'm like, oh, I really want to do this one. I really want to do this. But ultimately, when I have both of those, I don't care. If I didn't do the joke, if I did do it, it didn't matter. I had a phenomenal time. The crowd had a phenomenal time. I did things that I wasn't even thinking I was going to do. I did new stuff. Everything worked from top to bottom. It was amazing. And I care more about me getting into a pocket more so than I've been working on this joke for X amount of time and you guys better like it. Because sometimes I feel like my job is to deliver what I can for the audience in that moment. It's like the audience is their own safe that I have to crack. And it's like, I can't always be like, well, I've been using this tool and this tool worked, and when I do this joke, you guys should just laugh automatically. It's like, no, let me assess. Oh, this is a Kraken 5000 safe. This is a new type of safe that I have to look and assess. So I can't just take the same approach as I took with the last 4 safe, when I just had a sledgehammer and that's the scope or some shit, trying to figure out.
Just like really reading the audience and feeling what's happening.
Yeah, it's like getting in a jacuzzi with a full tub of people you don't know. You're like, okay, where's everybody coming from in here,
I love it. Comfortable and flexible. I really want, I feel like that is also something that would be good to carry through in other areas of life too. I don't know. I'm going to remember that.
That's it for me, Jamie. Is like, if I didn't have a bad set, it was one of those that I wasn't, I wasn't either comfortable enough. So I was too uptight and rigid, and I felt, like I really wasn't being myself, or I wasn't flexible enough to where I'm maybe too monotone, like just delivering it really robotically and just keeping it in the frame of like, it has to be like this, as opposed to like, it can go in whatever direction it needs to go in.
Was this something that you learned from other comedians, or is this something you kind of grew on your own? And are there comedians or inspirations for your comedy?
Yeah, I think it's a mix.
I see like 3 questions. Sorry.
No. Well, I think it's. Is it something that it's definitely something that I picked up over time. Though I think I picked it up over time just through watching comedians that I did admire. I remember early in the scene, there was this old man named Joe. I can't remember his last name, but my first 3 or 4 years in a comedy, I would see this. He would wear a Hawaiian shirt and some shorts. Like, he looked like he was always on vacation. And every time I see him, he never did the same set. Wow. And he was always hilarious. He was always just in the moment, though. He was always kind of just in the moment, talking about what was going on and riffing. And I always admire that. And I would go up there and I would struggle with the stuff I've been working on for months and months and months. I'm working on this thing. And he just go up there, like what you said, so seamless, so just relaxed.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I just looked at and I was like, oh, man, there's something to that, to where he takes the pressure off, but he also... he just sucks all the expectation out the room by just being in the moment and just kind of being really smooth with it and addressing kind of summing up the moment. I always like that when people can sum up the moment. 5 people go up and there's these things that happen in the room and someone goes up there for the next 6 to 7 minutes and they just summarize everything that happened in a comedic fashion. Oh, he was excellent at that. And as far as comedy inspiration, there's definitely all the legends that I appreciate, I like. Though if there's a couple of people that I'm keeping up with right now that I like, I would say Ali Sadiq is one guy that I'm like, oh man, he does a lot of storytelling.
Oh, okay.
He's released like 5 specials all on YouTube, and like the first 3 are about him like being in prison, getting out of prison, and like his first year, like
Whoa.
you know, and it's just like these hilarious stories that are phenomenal. He's doing arenas, he's doing tours all over the world, he's all over the place. So he's really good to like, I like his approach. And then these 2 other guys that are local, Ron Lynch, you know Ron Lynch? He's a voiceover comedian.
Yes, I do.
He did home movies and like he did stuff for Adventure Time, I think, and he did stuff for Bob's Burgers and stuff like that. But he has an interesting approach too, you know. I remember I did a show with him a couple of months ago, and he has a COVID mask on, you know, as he gets up on stage. And he's like, I hope you guys don't mind, I'm wearing a mask. And the audience was like, no. He's like, yeah, I got a big show in San Francisco. He gets like a minute into the joke, and it's just not working, right? It's just not working. And he goes, y'all mind if I take off my mask? Audience was like, yeah. He takes off the mask. And then his mouth isn't moving, but there's still, his voice is, he put a tape in. He hadn't been talking the whole time. Like, he put a tape in. And the whole 10 minutes of his set, he was just mouthing, and he spaced it out for the laughs. He like timed it out perfect. He even had like little riffs in the recording, and it was just a phenomenal. I was just like blown away about like how they did it. And then there's a lot of people I love. You know, my friend Damar Randy is really funny. Arthur Hamilton is really funny. There's other guy, Al LaBelle. You seen Al LaBelle?
I don't think so.
Al LaBelle, he was the first comic to win Star Search.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's hilarious. He's one of those guys I feel like just hasn't fully, obviously hasn't got his just due, but I think he's just such a alternative dude to where he, like, I feel like sometimes the only thing I can do is comedy. Even though I've done a lot of things in my life. I've done a lot of things that are cool. I've succeeded at. But sometimes I feel like, man, the only thing I can do right is comedy. And then I look at Al LaBelle, who's like a genius at comedy. But outside of the stage, his life is like turmoil. You know, I don't even want to say it. But it's like, man, he's such a hilarious dude. And he's someone that he has an Amazon special that this other comedian, Josh Edelman, he wrote and produced. It's a free special, or not a special, it's a documentary. It's a free documentary on Amazon. It's really good to see like an insight.
Is it a documentary on him?
Yeah, on Al LaBelle. And he's a hilarious dude, really funny dude. But I just like his approach. He does this joke about like, you know, I was thinking about committing suicide. You know, I wanted to just leave it all behind and just jump off a building or a bridge, you know. And I was thinking, what if I jumped off the bridge or this building and the breeze changes my mind? I was like, all I needed to do was go sailing. I didn't need to jump off this.
I didn't expect it to go in that direction. You know?
Yeah.
And to take something so dark and to not be afraid to just go in that direction.
It's hilarious. I love it. But those are people that I like. But to be honest, though, Jamie, to be 100%.
Please be nothing but.
Most of my inspiration comes from like battle rap.
Well, okay,
I love battle rap.
More.
Battle rap is such a
in person, on video, like
video.
What are we talking about?
If I can watch it in person, that'd be great. But there's so many like battle rap leagues, like content creators. There's like actual events and shows worldwide that people battle rap. English, different Spanish, Arabic, different.
How is this an inspiration? Like,
because battle rap is so funny. Like, it's like a triple, quadruple entendre when they say something. It's like a hilarious, you know, dig at something. Where in comedy, you don't. I mean, I'm only wishing that I can put like a triple entendre in a punchline, you know. But they do it all the time, you know, and it's just something that I find like, oh my gosh, the word choices that they use and how they paint a picture, and then the performance of it and the getting all into it. Oh my God, it's something where I'm just like, it makes me crack up. It makes me laugh, and it makes me want to look at how, like, when if you watch some of this stuff, there's really so many ways that a punchline can mean 3 different things. And I find that so interesting and like comedic, to where all 3 of them are funny, all 3 of them are uniquely different, and it's like, oh man, how did you get that
surprise
out of the word
when
knife?
you
know, you did that with 3 different, and it was, I just love battle rap for that. That's something really that inspires me the most. Like, of course, watching comedy got me to do comedy, but what keeps me doing comedy is battle rap.
What inspires didn't me expect that at all. Battle rap. That's amazing. So, okay, alternate reality, different versions of Stephen Marcus Releford. Yeah. Are you?
I'm a battle rapper.
Yes.
Yes. Come get these bars. Yeah, I think alternate reality, to be honest, is definitely something music related.
Yeah,
100%.
Oh, I mean, you had that Welcome to AA show. Is it coming back? Mm-hmm. Are we going to see it again in LA?
No, we're going to see it in even a more full, fleshed out version of itself.
Sorry, I just jumped in. Can you go ahead and tell us what it is?
Yeah, so Welcome to AA is my brainchild of it's just a creative effort to get people, like what we've been talking about this whole time, in the flow. My idea of the show is like, how can we connect talented musicians with talented comics and see where the overlap is.
Yeah.
I love the concept of like rhythm and jazz and timing and spacing, and there's something that I like about when I do stand up that I feel is very jazz. Like I don't fully prepare. I improvise a lot. I don't fully know like all the set from joke to joke to joke to joke. I'm going to see what the room gives me and see what comes up, you know. So to add music to that, to have like a 3 or 4 piece band to that, who all are master class craftsmen in their own right and are able to add comedically with this rhythm. Oh, it's great. So Welcome to AA is just essentially a band of creatives, musicians and comics who put on shows. And we have like a button-down version of a show, like a more grunge underground version of the show where people come, bring your own instruments type of thing, hang out. And then we have like a button-up version where we all put on suits and ties and we just do the whole like jazz thing officially, you know? So it's great. Like I first started doing it in 2022.
Oh, so you've been doing this for a couple of years.
I've been doing it for a couple of years. I first started doing it in 2022. And then we ran it for about a year, and then we stopped. We're on a hiatus, and then I think I did a couple of one-off shows in between that, and we just brought it back, I think at the end of last year.
Yeah.
Where we did the first one at the end of like December or November or something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
That one's been just before I met you.
Yeah, it was before we met. I had done
that
like
was one of the first things we talked about was the jazz show.
Yeah,
You'd done it the week prior. That's right. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. I mean, I think that's what I'm most excited about next is just getting to see that interplay between music and creatives and storytelling. I think I was going to ask what you're excited about, but otherwise, like, man, this has been such a great conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you again for letting me pick your brain.
Of course, anytime. What I'm excited about is more stuff like this.
Yeah.
Having friends put together dope projects like what you're doing here.
Oh, man. Yeah. Thank you.
More just great shows, more great comedy. I think something like this is great to have because we need like a cool, constructive lens on like what's up and coming. You either like have made it or you're looking to make it.
Yeah.
And there's not much. I mean, maybe there is, but I haven't been in the know of like who's up and coming. With music, I feel like is different because with music, a lot of times the audience wants to put you up on like a new artist. A lot of times you might meet someone like, oh, Grant, have you heard this person? I heard you heard this one. Comedy doesn't fully work like that. You only kind of know the people who have already broken through because of how we consume it and the nature of social media and stuff like that. So I think something like this is really dope, and I think it can
that's my
work
hope
wonders
for it.
because having a lens on like shit that you should be seeing soon is dope. I think it's dope, 'cause then people are gonna go back and be like, oh my gosh.
Thank you. That's my goal, right? I want to, and you articulate it so well, putting a lens on up and coming comedians in LA. And I mean, it's one of those things, because we're here, I feel like I have so much more access to this community. And luckily, because of all the comedy I did last year, I feel like I've gained, like, I don't know, a temporary like insider card where like I get to meet you, and I've got to meet like so many other comedians. There's just, I want to shine a lens on who's coming, and it's hard to find them. Unless you're here, it's hard to find them. And even here, it's hard. Yeah,
no, it is. I think, if you really are a fan and supporter of good art, already, like, the best of it is something you got to search for. You can see a lot of good stuff on the surface, but if you really want to, like, find something that is unique, you have to be willing to, like, keep your eyes and ears open and search for it, because it's either going to hit you in the head and you may not notice it, or you really just have to dig and be like, yo, I'm a student of this, so I know what I like and who I like and where to find it, because that's probably one of the hardest things, is finding a quality, consistent show, something that you can, because I meet people who are like, either this is my first show ever, or I went to a show and I really didn't like it. So it's like either a lot of people haven't been exposed to comedy, or when they did, they didn't really care for it, and they got turned off by it, whatever the case may be. So I just encourage everyone, whatever you like, I'm sure there's somebody within your 5 to 10 mile radius that you would probably enjoy if you to do the research on them.
Yeah. It takes, hopefully with something like this, it'll be a little, those good comedians will be more accessible and more shared. I guess that's all I want.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
coming
me.
by. You're the best.
Of course. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Jamie. Thank you, Grant.
Yeah, thank you, Grant.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Any upcoming shows?
I got hella shows. First, follow me. Just Stephen Marcus Releford. There's plenty of things on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. But I'm going back and forth to San Diego all the time, and I'm going back and forth to San Diego and Vegas, like, consistently. I'll be back in San Diego for the 6th and 7th for the American Comedy Club and the Yellow Door, and then I have like 4 or 5 shows here in LA. As far as like what I want people to come out to is the next Welcome to AA. So I'll be doing the next Welcome to AA on the 27th. We're going to be doing it in Clover City at this guy's house who invented the world's largest harp. He has this really large harp that runs along the ceiling of his warehouse. He plays it with these long, big-ass gloves, and the whole house is wired musically. Like, there's a trampoline with an MPC. You bounce on the trampoline and it makes music and beats and stuff. Like, the guy's a weird, like, Bill Nye the Music Head type of guy, him and his wife. So we're doing our show there on the 27th, and I'm excited for it. We're going to have tickets up soon. No one will be turned away if they can't get a ticket. But we have a great band. We have a great lineup of comedians, and that's something that I'm looking to consistently build out, where people can come out and support. And whatever regular stand-up of mine y'all want to come out and see. But, yeah, please follow me. I got shows all the time.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, Stephen.
Thank you.
Yeah. For you making fun of me.
No, I'm saying this is the energy.
Well, thank you everyone for listening in. I hope you come back. Be sure to check him out at Stephen Marcus Releford on Instagram.